In the heart of the land where the river Jordan meandered with an almost heavenly beauty, there was a man named Eli. He was gentle by nature, always willing to help others, offering a warm smile to anyone who crossed his path. The soft murmur of the waters and the singing of birds created a divine symphony that resonated in his spirit. Eli had an unshakable faith, even when the storms of life threatened to destabilize him. In this sacred environment, he sought not only inner peace, but also a deeper understanding of redemption. The banks of the River Jordan were filled with memories. Eli often sat by the water, watching the reflection of clouds gently float on the surface. It was a place where he felt connected to the divine, where the turmoil of the outside world seemed to dissipate with each breath. One day, while contemplating the current, a figure appeared in the distance. It was a man with a downcast expression, his eyes heavy with sadness and regret. Eli felt his heart tighten at the evident pain emanating from the stranger. "Are you okay?" Eli asked, his voice calm and gentle, like the breeze passing over the river. The man looked at Eli, clearly lost. "I am Samuel," he said, his voice almost a whisper. "I am here seeking something. I don't know what it is, but I feel I need help." The vulnerability in Samuel touched Eli deeply. He realized that the man before him was a lost soul, tormented by past mistakes. "We all seek redemption at some point in our lives," Eli responded, feeling the urge to offer comfort. "What happened to make you feel this way?" Samuel hesitated, and the pain in his eyes grew. "I failed. Not only myself, but those I loved. My choices have distanced me from God and my loved ones. Now I am alone and feel I cannot go back." Eli thought of his own struggles, the times he felt he had failed. "Redemption begins with a step, Samuel. Sometimes the humility to recognize our failures is the first path to healing. You don't have to go through this alone." Samuel looked at Eli, a spark of hope beginning to shine in his eyes. "What should I do?" he asked, his voice trembling slightly. "Let's walk together along this river," Eli suggested, gesturing to the path that meandered beside the waters. "Each step we take can be a step towards healing and forgiveness." As they walked, Eli shared stories from his own life, moments when he felt lost, and how he found comfort in the words of Jesus. He spoke of the power of forgiveness and the importance of rising after a fall. The sunlight filtered through the trees, creating a pattern of dancing shadows on the ground, reflecting the hope beginning to bloom in Samuel's heart. "You know," Eli continued, "Jesus taught us that no matter how far we have strayed, we can always come home. God's love is infinite and always awaits us with open arms." Samuel listened intently, and with each word, his emotional burden seemed a little lighter. It was as if the waters of the river, as they flowed, were carrying away his anxieties. "What if I can't? What if I fail again?" he questioned, doubt still lingering. "Failure is part of the journey, Samuel," Eli replied with compassion. "The important thing is to have faith and the willingness to try again. Every day is a new opportunity to grow and redeem ourselves." The day passed, and the conversation between the two flowed naturally, like the waters of the Jordan. They discussed the importance of faith and how humility can open doors that were once closed. As they walked, Eli noticed that the clouds in the sky began to disperse, and the sunlight illuminated the river's surface, creating a magnificent spectacle. It was a sign of divine presence, as if the sky itself was smiling upon them. "Look at this, Samuel. The river is a symbol of life, sometimes turbulent, other times calm, but always in motion. So are our lives. We must learn to flow with the currents, trusting that we are heading in the right direction, even when we cannot see the end of the path." With each step they took, the connection between the two deepened, Samuel began to open up more, sharing details of his life, the choices that led him to despair and loneliness. Eli listened attentively, offering words of encouragement and understanding. He knew that Samuel's journey would not be easy, but he was determined to support the lost man in his quest for redemption. When they reached a tranquil spot by the river's edge, Eli suggested they sit to reflect. The water flowed gently, and the sound was like a peaceful song. "This is a good time to pray," Eli said, closing his eyes. "Let's ask God for guidance and strength to face our challenges." Samuel hesitated for a moment, but soon joined Eli in prayer. He felt vulnerable, yet at the same time, a sense of peace began to invade him. As Eli prayed aloud, Samuel felt a warm presence, as if a divine embrace enveloped him. It was the first time in a long time that he felt truly heard. After the prayer, Samuel took a deep breath and with tears in his eyes said, "I feel that part of me is beginning to heal. I don't know how or when, but I feel I'm on the right path." Eli smiled, his heart filling with joy. That is what faith can do. It is a journey, not a destination. Each step you take towards the light is a step towards freedom. The weeks passed, and Eli continued to meet Samuel at the river. Together, they explored the teachings of Jesus and the importance of love and forgiveness. With each meeting, Samuel seemed lighter, more hopeful. He began to make changes in his life, seeking to mend the relationships he had neglected and confront his fears. One morning, as they walked along the river, Samuel suddenly stopped. "Eli," he said, his voice firm and determined, "I want to ask for forgiveness from those I hurt. I need to reconcile with my family and friends. I can't continue carrying this burden." The determination in Samuel's eyes made Eli's heart swell with pride. "That's wonderful, Samuel. The path may be challenging, but it is the first step to true redemption. Remember, you're not alone. I'm here to support you every step of the way." Samuel smiled, gratitude filling his soul. The journey that began with a heavy heart was now turning into a path of light and love. He knew that true change would require courage, and that the path would not be free of challenges, but he was willing to face any battle that came his way. However, Samuel's life was not free of difficulties. In his quest for reconciliation, he encountered resistance from some family members. He was confronted by his brother, who felt betrayed by Samuel's past mistakes. "How can you come back now after everything you've done?" his brother asked, anger evident in his voice. "You don't deserve our forgiveness." His brother's words cut Samuel like a sharp blade. He felt the pain and shame return to haunt him, but instead of withdrawing, he remembered the lessons he learned from Eli. "I understand that you are hurt," Samuel replied calmly, "but I am here, ready to ask for forgiveness and make things right. I don't expect you to forgive me immediately, but I am willing to work to earn your respect again." Silence hung between them, and Samuel realized that his brother was struggling with his own emotions. From that moment on, Samuel decided that he would not let the past define him. He committed to striving every day to be a better man. After weeks of effort, Samuel began to notice small changes. His brother started to open up, even if slowly. They had difficult but honest conversations, and gradually, Samuel felt that the barrier between them was beginning to dissolve. Although the process was painful, he felt stronger each day, more connected to the love and compassion that Jesus had taught. One day, while at the bank of the River Jordan, Samuel and Eli talked about the strength of forgiveness. "Forgiveness is one of the greatest gifts we can offer to ourselves and others," Eli said, contemplating the waters. "Jesus taught us to forgive, not only because it is right, but because it frees us from invisible chains that bind us to the past." "It's true," Samuel responded, looking at the waters. "I feel that every time I forgive, I'm releasing a part of myself. It's as if I'm casting my pains into the river and allowing the current to carry them away." Eli smiled, satisfied with the transformation he witnessed. "Yes, and remember, true redemption is not a finish line, but a continuous path. You will always be learning, growing, and healing." Finally, in an emotional moment, the day of reconciliation arrived. Samuel called his family for a meeting by the river, a place that had become sacred to him. With his heart racing, he spoke about his failures, how he had lost his way, and his deep desire to repair the ties he had broken. He looked into each of their eyes, seeking the connection that had been lost. "I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to regain your trust," Samuel declared, his voice filled with emotion. "I ask forgiveness for everything I did that caused pain. I am here, humbly, seeking a new chance." The silence was palpable, but soon tears began to roll down his mother's face. "Oh, my son," she said, stepping forward to embrace him. "We missed you too. We always knew there was love in your heart, even if your actions hurt us." The embrace between them was transformative, as if love and understanding replaced the accumulated pain over the years. Other family members joined in, and soon they were all enveloped in a collective embrace, a moment of healing and compassion. Eli watched, his heart overflowing with joy. He knew that Samuel's journey was just beginning, but that was a day that symbolized the power of love, humility, and true redemption. The sunlight shone brightly over the River Jordan, reflecting the magnificence of the moment. There, in that sacred landscape, Samuel had found what he truly sought: a way back to love, family, and most importantly, himself. Eli approached, placing his hand on Samuel's shoulder. "You did it, my friend. Love and faith always prevail. And remember, the journey of redemption never ends. It continues to shape who we are." Samuel smiled, gratitude filling his being. "Thank you, Eli, for your patience, for your kindness, and for showing me that even when we are lost, the light of redemption is never far away." And so, under the shadow of the trees and the divine shadow of the River Jordan, Samuel and Eli knew that they were indeed just beginning to write a new chapter in their lives, a chapter filled with love, faith, and a renewed commitment to truth and goodness. Samuel's journey would not be easy, but he was finally ready to face it, one step at a time.